that is now the story of the NBA. I know Woj was earlier is that Daryl Morey is not with the Rockets anymore, and I know that Jeff Van Gundy's apparently talking to the Rockets, and the Clippers need to hire a coach, and this is what's going on as we lead to the NBA draft at some point in the next few weeks, and all of that stuff is what is on the current radar screen right now for a lot of people. But the story is you going to take the Supermax or not?
Yeah.
The minute he says no to the Supermax, the minute he says no to the Milwaukee, he could follow and unfollow, defollow, whatever you want, as many of his teammates as he wants, and he could sit there and send a tweet or a message to the people of Milwaukee how much he loves them, and he'll see them next season. Well, he's contractually obligated to see them next season. He will be out next season if he tells them right now, I do not wish to take the 50 to 70 extra $1 million that I can get from you but can't get anywhere else. I've told you that. I've told you guys that if ever you have an opportunity to maybe go on somebody else's show and do what you do here, I would say to you, how dare you? And then secondly, I would say to you, okay, let's talk about what you need here in order to stay. And if I was the only person in this business who could offer you an absurd amount of money more than what you would be making somewhere else, and you say, I want to go somewhere else, I would say to you, get the hell out of here. And try and acquire from whichever show you're going to enough to satisfy me, if this is the way it worked in our business, enough, if you will, pieces of their operation to acquire in exchange for your services to satisfy me. I would do that on the spot. On the spot. So
it's an absurd amount of money.
That.
It's like $250 billion.
Not more than what he can make somewhere else. It's about what?
Total, 250
right,
total.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it's still about anywhere between $50 to $60 million more, depending on what the cap's going to look like, than he could make anywhere else.
He gets an extra year.
If he is signed and traded to somewhere else, he cannot make that money somewhere else. That's why there's the Supermax. That's why Brian Windhorst of ESPN, one of the many who our friend O'Shea went at when he called into our show, when Windhorst said that if Giannis doesn't accept the Supermax from Milwaukee, they should just flat out do away with that option in the collective bargaining agreement moving forward, because it's exactly in the collective bargaining agreement for exactly this reason, that a market the size of Milwaukee could keep somebody of Giannis' stature as opposed to him going to the Rolls Royces of Golden State or South Florida. That's all right now happening right here. And if I'm Miami, and I just saw what just happened, again, I know you think I'm crazy.
I laugh every time you say this.
I know you think I'm crazy, but if it's going to cost me like Dragic and Tyler Hero, it's going to the starting price is Tyler Hero, right?
He has to be included.
Well, that's the first words out of Milwaukee's mouth. Has to be Tyler Hero, right?
Well, they asked for Butler and get
Tyler and
laughed at.
Bam. That's it. You got to get Bam back if you're losing to.
Yeah, Tyler, Bam, probably a few draft picks, and that's that.
Wow. I mean, so you got Butler and Duncan Robinson and Jay Crowder and Giannis. I get Butler's an upgrade, but everybody else, how if you're Giannis, does that make it any different than Milwaukee, other than the fact that your grocery shopper's Pat Riley and your coach is Eric Spoelstra? No, I know you're living in South Florida.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
And you're okay. I'm going to die on this hill. I probably will.
Well, he'll probably end up staying in Milwaukee, so it's all moot anyway.
No, I don't know.
It's fun to think about. Or you go to Golden State.
No, that's now. If I'm Golden State, I do reconfigure. Although Clay's not going anywhere, and nor is Draymond. Right? I mean, let's flip the script right here, because if you're Milwaukee, the words first round second overall pick, and Andrew Wiggins the starters, right? That's for starters,
And
right?
it's probably going to be one of those other guys, too.
Who's one of the other guys?
Clay or Draymond.
Well, you can then pound sand. Get out of here.
Steph.
Get out of here.
Giannis, and then just throw out whoever else. Let's rock.
You know who's on tomorrow? Richard Jefferson, the guy who called Giannis a Pippin. I can't wait to have this conversation with him because you don't reconfigure your teams like this for a Pippin, right?
That's
No.
right.
Giannis is not a Pippin, man. Like, that's insane.
Well, first of all, let's stop looking at being called a Pippin as being a bad thing.
No, he's a top 50 player of all
Of all time.
I understand.
But
Pippin's one of the greatest ever.
I know, but Richard is, of course, just meaning, like, the second guy, the Batman. Or the
Robin.
Robin.
Yeah.
Robin.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.